Hey guys, welcome back to another one of these rant style videos. Today I'll be talking about why is the world so boring. It's a weird concept. I'll have to explain a bit, I think, but like to me, the world is just a boredom-filled place. Like I don't see the point in trying in a lot of things because well, they'll end and eventually they'll become boring for me again. I it's I guess hard for me to capture the moment, I guess is the wording I should use. Like every game I buy I know will inevitably end up rusting in the bag that I will never play again, and it's a bad mentality. The just everything is just so very boring. It wasn't like this. It didn't used to be like this, but I feel like after what I went through in my childhood and shit like that, it's just long term things just never seem to work out for me. The only thing that's even like the only thing long term that has worked out right now has been my streaming career, but eventually I'll get bored of that. I know it. I probably it could be this week, it could be in a couple months, it could be in a couple years, but like it's just everything ends up boring and I don't know why. Is that just the way of the world? Everything will inevitably become boring and not satisfying to play anymore? Like, even a game I've spent hundreds of hours in, like Warhammer 3, I've played it like 350 hours, I think. It's just becoming so boring to play recently. And it's not as if those 356 hours were like consistent at all at once. I've had breaks. I've played other games in between. I've not played it for weeks at a time, and I come back and it's just still boring. I still play games outside of streaming solely to just take up time. I don't want to play anything these days because it's just everything is boring. It's I struggle with Minecraft. Like I can't play Minecraft for long periods of time. Like Minecraft in extreme form because like I don't know what it is about the game, but it just becomes so boring so very quickly. Like it can be delayed by playing with friends and people, but even then eventually it becomes boring. Like I have a server with my viewers. I don't play on it anymore, barely. I don't even know if they continue to play on it because it's just like I want to enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I want to enjoy the game because so many of my community members enjoy it, and I would like to, hang around with them outside of stream because all my viewers are very cool people, and you should join the community if you're cool. You become cool if you join the community. But I just find the game so boring. It's impossible for me to actually get into it. And then I'm in a creator Minecraft server, like me, couple other streamers, like Ice Dragon, Luigi the Lugia, Cheese Lude, bunch of other, well, not a bunch of others, just us guys, but it's just so boring playing on it. I was having fun for the first, I'd say, day I played on it, which was, I guess, 4 hours because I streamed it, and then afterwards it just became a chore. I find playing a lot of games even for like, it can vary game to game, the the boredom that comes through. Like with Minecraft, it comes through very quickly, but with Warhammer, I think I got about 100, 200 hours in the game before the boredom started settling into me, and it was just it was beginning to become a chore to play it. But I still wanted to play it because it's something that took time, and I don't have anything else to do with my life. My life is pretty fucking sad, all things considered. So it's hard for me to stay consistent with videos, with streaming, with playing games, because I just find everything eventually becomes a boredom or a chore or just not worth to continue doing. And I don't like this. Like, I don't like how it becomes boring for me. But like, there's nothing I can really do about it. I've tried before. I've tried, you know, doing different things. I've tried limiting myself to only using this in this game, or not playing it for this amount of time and then playing it again. And it does, like, some of them, like not playing it for a certain amount of time then playing it again, it does help a bit, like, but it will only be like a couple hours at most that the boredom will be gone, and then it will just come crashing. Like, I can't even play one of my favorite games, Red Dead Redemption 2. I can't play it through again. I finished it once and I just can't go through it again because of the boredom that settles into me. I finished the prologue, chapter 1, and I'm just done. I don't want to play it anymore. But then, so I leave it for like a couple months. I come back to it, but by then I've forgotten where I am in the story, and I want to know the context, so I restart. And inevitably, I will make it as far or a bit farther than I did last time, and I'll just find it boring again, and I'll quit. And I say Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of my favorite games because it's the only game that has made me cry. Like, I got to the end of it. This was a couple years before I became an actual streamer, or maybe a year. I can't remember. But I played it, and I cried at the ending. I cried at, you know, it's been out for now. I don't care about spoilers. Arthur's death, and that's rare for me. I don't show a lot of emotion. It's hard for me to express myself. That can be a different video. That'll be next video probably. But yeah, everything in this world inevitably becomes boring, and I think that is part of my growing up, because I spent so much of my childhood alone. I spent it in books. I spent it in, fantasy worlds, and the normal world has just become just boring compared to everything I see in the stories I read and the things I watch. Comparing it to the real world, this world is so much more boring than anything else the human mind can conjure. Like, if aliens were to invade, I would be happy, because it's finally adding some fucking difference to this world. This world is so boring. Wow, there's politics, and they're gonna fight a war over each other. That's wow. It's not like if we've done that 200 different times in history. It's not as if history is literally repeating itself every couple years, every couple centuries, every couple decades. Like, inevitably, this will either, the current political climate will either calm down or boil over into war. The war will go on for a couple of years, it will end, and we'll all go back to living our normal lives, just a bit changed. That's just inevitably how it's going to do. There is no difference. There is no plot twist, I guess is the word. I don't know the way to describe it, but there's no interest. I know it's a bad mentality, and it's probably only a mentality an autistic person could have, because normal people, I don't get how normal people think. That, like, I don't want a bit of tangent here, but normal people are so strange to me. I don't get how they do these things so easily. I don't get how they don't become obsessed with one thing for hours at a time, or just do random noises at random hours, or all these different things that are just normal to me as an autistic person, and it's weird to them. Like, I don't get how my mother thinks. I love my mother, don't get me wrong. I love her a bunch. She's the best mom I could have ever asked for. But I don't get, and I don't understand how she thinks, and I don't understand how my older brothers think. I don't understand how my father, was going, what was he thinking when he decided to leave my mother when she raised all 6 children practically by herself. I just don't get how these normal people think, and I think that adds a bit into the boredom, because I don't understand how normal people think. Thus, I can't understand where the story's going, Like, what do these people think? Why are they not just making peace? Why are they not just, choosing to unite under one battle? Well, I understand why they don't unite, but it's a mix of human nature and greed and all that things. So I understand human nature. I just don't understand human thought process. Like, I understand how most people in this world are evil bastards. I wouldn't say most, I would say the loudest people are just horrible, horrible people and should never be given a platform to speak or anything. Yeah, but it's just boring. The whole world is boring, and I don't know why. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Make sure you check out my socials, Twitch, Twitter, my Discord. Join my Discord. That will be somewhere in my channel and probably linked in the description. Anyway, yeah, bye.